On November 7th, St. Paul voters will have an opportunity to vote on the referendum for continued excellence in schools. If approved, the referendum will provide revenue to St. Paul Public Schools and St. Paul Charter Schools. Here are some important facts about the referendum. St. Paul Public Schools has had 7 consecutive years of improved test scores, and the percentage of students proficient in reading and math on state tests nearly doubled since 1999. We've made more progress with English language learners than other districts nationally, and our student dropout rate has been cut in half to less than 11%. The passage of the 2002 referendum, set to expire next year, has been crucial in maintaining the district's momentum. Without it, we would not have been able to reduce class size in all our schools, provide more individual instruction in math, science, and reading, offer all-day kindergarten, or update and improve technology. The 2006 referendum will continue our progress and raise the bar on learning. If approved, St. Paul Public Schools would receive $30 million a year for 6 years. St. Paul taxpayers will pay $22.5 million of the total amount, and $7.5 million will be paid by the state. Specifically, the referendum includes $17 million to maintain class sizes, continue essential programs in math, reading, art, music, and physical education, and continue support for existing English language learner and special education programs. $13 million will be used to prepare students for first grade by funding all-day kindergarten at all schools, existing early kindergarten classes for 4-year-olds, and early childhood family education. It will also prepare high school students for post-secondary opportunities by providing additional instruction in math and science, and provide essential technology upgrades district-wide. Funding from the 2006 referendum will help the district strengthen the bookends of education, so students arrive at school ready to learn and leave school ready for life after graduation. Your property tax bill for the last 4 years has included the existing referendum. The annual cost to the owner of a median-priced home for the referendum renewal is $107. The additional annual cost on a median-priced home would be $85 a year or $1.65 a week. The total tax impact would be $192 per year or $3.70 per week. St. Paul Public Schools ranks last among 27 metro area school districts in per-pupil dollars generated by a referendum, even though it is currently the second-largest school district in the state. Even with the passage of the expanded referendum, the school district's per-pupil referendum revenue would still be among the lowest of the metro districts. Over the past 6 years, St. Paul Public Schools has cut more than $66 million from its operating budget. Unlike family budgets, many of the items in a school district budget are required by law. 2 major legal requirements are No Child Left Behind, which is funded at half the rate required to provide the services, and special education, which is funded at 75% of the actual cost of services. The impact on the school district is a $25 million annual budget gap that must be paid from the district's general fund to cover special education costs. 73% of the district's budget goes directly to the classroom, and only 3.2% is spent on administration, less than the statewide average of 4.2%. The funding stream from the state of Minnesota for St. Paul and other school districts has not kept up with the rate of inflation and skyrocketing energy and healthcare costs. Adjusted for inflation, school district revenue actually decreased by 1.6% from 2003 to 2007. State law calls for no increase in education funding for the 2007-2008 school year, and inflation will raise the cost of running our schools. If the referendum is not renewed, an immediate $16.5 million will need to be cut from next year's budget. For more information about the referendum, visit the school district's website or contact your local school. Here's a sample of how the St. Paul Public Schools referendum ballot question will appear on the November 7th election ballot. Look for the referendum question on the upper left corner on the back of the ballot. Most polling places are located in the neighborhood where you live. To determine your polling place and receive information about how and where to vote, including how to register and submit an absentee ballot, see the Minnesota Secretary of State's election website. or call the Ramsey County Office of Election and Voter Registration at 651-266-2171. Most importantly, don't forget to vote on November 7th.